Hello everyone and welcome to my GH Metru official channel. Cyrus attacks, Carly and Brennan derailed, and GH emergency chaos. According to General Hospital spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks, February 17th to 28th, Cyrus Renault will choose his next victim before an emergency causes havoc at GH. Here is what fans may anticipate from Jason Morgan's catastrophic decision. Carly Spencer is going to question Sonny Corinthos throughout the week of February 17th to 21st. Carly will wonder if there is another reason why Sonny compromised with Ava Jerome, Maura West, after reading his custody updates. We'll see if Sonny tells Carly or keeps things to himself despite having a heart problem that requires surgery. As they get closer, Jack Brennan will later offer Carly Spencer some Valentine's Day roses, but an unexpected intrusion will ruin their evening. Jocelyn Jacks and the perilous path he is luring her down may be connected to Brennan's eventual attempt to repair some of the harm he has inflicted. Conversely, Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms, will portray Cupid, and as such, she would encourage Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri to spend more time together. On Valentine's Day, Harrison Chase will also make a spectacular gesture for Brooke Lynn Quartermaine. Since Brooke Lynn is going to find the strength to come honest about her adoptive child, it might increase her remorse and persuade her to do so. A Valentine's Day bonding activity will also help Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson deepen their relationship. There will be some unexpected turns that will make for an unforgettable evening. There is a chance of another run-in and some risk because Cyrus gave Kai a menacing look when they met at Charlie's pub. GH spoilers state that Trina will be Kai's fallback when things go rough. But since Cyrus has been spying on Elizabeth Baldwin and is keen to get rid of her for good, he might turn his attention to her. Cyrus may become even more enraged once Liz and Lucky Spencer provide the police with their findings. Is Lucky going to help Liz and end up hurting himself in the process? There will be some shocking news for Lulu and Laura Collins, which may indicate that Lucky is in danger. It is also important to remember that the preview information for 2025 suggested that Elizabeth would entrust her life to Lucky. Once turmoil breaks out at GH, Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson will work feverishly to save someone. Because of Cyrus' move, Lucky might wind up fighting for their life. When he returns to Jason, he will finally make a big decision. Given that he can't allow Cyrus to claim any more victims, Jason might decide to kill him in spite of all the warnings. Before engaging in another tense altercation with Jason, Drew Quartermaine will square off against Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, once more. If Drew isn't careful, he might become naughty enough to reveal a darker side of himself to Willow. Could Sasha tell Maxie who really fathered her child since she will confess to someone else? Sasha may confess that Michael is the person she hooked up with because Maxie has been bugging her enough. There will inevitably be more issues, but Sasha and Jason's paternity ruse should continue with the rest of Port Charles. Cyrus might reach the end of the road during the week of February 24th to 28th. Will Jason remove Cyrus, or might someone else permanently shut him down? Given that there are clues of Jocelyn's reckless choice in the upcoming episodes, she might have an impact on Cyrus's future. Joss is determined to bring Dex Heller justice. Naturally, it would be wise for the show to provide a whodunit and keep viewers guessing for a time as to who took Cyrus out. In any event, our forecasts suggest that Cyrus' terrible destiny might be unavoidable. According to General Hospital spoilers, there will be a lot of action over the next 2 weeks, so pay attention. Cyrus plans his upcoming murder. Spoilers for next week's episode of General Hospital reveal that Cyrus Renault is plotting his next murder during the week of February 17th to 21st, 2025. Cyrus Renault prepares to kill again. According to next week's General Hospital spoilers, Cyrus Renault is going after his next victim. Elizabeth Weber is probably his goal. He accuses her of preventing him from volunteering at Turning Woods and GH. Additionally, he has been observing her lately. She and Lucky Spencer also provide the PCPD with an update shortly, which may contain proof against Cyrus. Liz is therefore the most likely target. Cyrus Renault, General Hospital. But because of her relationship with Jason Morgan, he might also target Sasha Gilmore. Willow Tate later discovers something awful. She may therefore locate Cyrus' victim. At General Hospital, Doctors Isaiah Gannon and Portia Robinson then battle to save a life. Jason later makes a crucial choice after Anna Devane begs him. He must therefore choose between letting the police catch him or killing Cyrus Renault. Significant development for Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson. Trina Robinson and Kai Taylor share a beautiful moment as Cyrus Renault strikes. Their relationship may take a romantic turn when they spend Valentine's Day together. Jordan Ashford is working on her plan on General Hospital in the meantime. Things with Drew Quartermain and Curtis Ashford grow heated elsewhere. After that, Drew and Jason Morgan square off. Laura Spencer Collins gets some startling news elsewhere. Additionally, Carly Corinthos Spencer will receive a present from Jack Brennan. But something interrupts them. He attempts to put things right later. Carly also communicates with her ex-husband, Sonny Corinthos, on General Hospital. Brooke Lynn takes a courageous step. Brooke Lynn Quartermain confronts her fears in another scene on GH. That implies that she shares the baby she placed for adoption as a teenager with her husband, Harrison Chase. Additionally, Chase arranges a romantic activity for Brooke Lynn and then confesses to something. Lulu Spencer is shocked when Dante Falconeri later shares something with her. Anna Devane then breaks the shocking news to Dante. Max Scorpio expresses disappointment in another scene on General Hospital. Maxie Jones, his daughter, acts as a matchmaker in the meanwhile. Additionally, Willow Tate is taken aback when Sasha Gilmore confesses. Right now, GH is on fire. Watch the ABC daytime drama to find out who Cyrus Renault targets next. A startling hostage situation rocks Port Charles as Cyrus' last resort. General Hospital spoilers: Port Charles is rocked by a shocking hostage situation that is Cyrus' last resort. Cyrus Renault is being surrounded by walls. Cyrus is being blamed for the deaths of Sam McCall and Dex Heller, and he is also connected to a number of other unexplained fatalities, according to rapidly spreading news in Port Charles. Cyrus is also aware that suspicions have been raised after someone entered his room. Cyrus will have to do something desperate when the vultures begin to circle in order to make sure he escapes punishment for his misdeeds and avoids going back to jail. To avoid being prosecuted, Cyrus will have to target some of Port Charles's favorites. At a significant PC event, Cyrus Renault starts a hostage situation. Cyrus may take matters into his own hands and target those who have wronged him or whom he believes have turned against him, such as Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, Jocelyn Jax Lucas Jones, Danny Morgan Lucky Spencer, Lulu Spencer, and numerous others, at a significant event in Port Charles. Since many Port Charles residents would undoubtedly be there, a charity ball or other significant event at the Metro Court or another well-known Port Charles location would be the ideal location for the strike. When Cyrus feels besieged and that holding someone at gunpoint, possibly Elizabeth or Jocelyn, is the last option, he might storm in, pistol in hand, and take everyone hostage. He might have wired the building and threatened to detonate a bomb that would kill everyone. Cyrus makes a deal with the PCPD. To get Cyrus to release the hostages, Police Commissioner Anna Devane and the PCPD would need to make a compromise with him because lives were on the line. At first, Cyrus refused to comply, but Anna persisted and attempted to reason with him. Cyrus would like a speedy escape so he can get out of the country and avoid being charged. With so many lives on the line, Anna and the PCPD would have to do what Cyrus requested. Will they succeed in freeing the prisoners and persuading Cyrus to give up? Will Cyrus get away from the law? Jason Morgan saves the day. Whether or not he is present, Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, could save the day because so many lives are at stake. He may simply find out what's happening from Anna and become engaged. To put it mildly, Jason is nimble and could quickly outsmart Cyrus and weaken his position of authority before anyone is hurt. A pivotal moment in the deadly feud between Port Charles and Cyrus Renault was Jason Morgan's explosive confrontation with the latter. Jason Morgan's terrifying ultimatum to Cyrus Renault at Charlie's pub marked a crucial escalation in their long-running animosity, bringing tension in Port Charles to a boiling point. When Jason saw Cyrus having a passionate argument with his teenage son Danny Morgan, who had just found out that Cyrus was behind the murder of his mother, Sam McCall, the altercation broke out. Driven by sadness and anger as a father, Jason stepped in and forcibly dragged Danny away before issuing a blunt warning: "If you touch my son once more, they will never find your body." This threat highlighted the tense confluence of familial loyalty, retribution, and moral reckoning that has characterized this plot, especially given Jason's reputation as a former enforcer for Sonny Corinthos. Jason's personal loss and Cyrus's crimes serve as the catalyst. The origins of this conflict can be seen in Cyrus's plan to kill Sam by injecting her with digitalis, which broke months of secrecy surrounding her untimely death. The murder of Dex Heller, a dependable comrade who turned out to be Jason's biological son, added to his suffering and stoked his need for vengeance. As part of a larger effort to take over the criminal underground, Cyrus's actions were not impulsive acts of violence but rather well-thought-out attempts to undermine Jason and Sonny's power in Port Charles. Jason's sadness became an all-consuming passion after losing Sam and Dex, and he was forced to forego his customary strategic moderation in favor of emotional, personal revenge. Danny's position and the ethical divide. Danny and Cyrus's altercation at Charlie's pub brought to light the feud's generational effects. Still in shock by Sam's passing, Danny went straight to Cyrus and demanded answers for his mother's murder, revealing his frailty and unresolved rage. 15. Jason's second intervention was motivated as much by his desire to establish control over Cyrus as it was by his desire to protect his son. Jason was cautioned against going too far by Sasha Gilmore, who had asked him to assist her create a false paternity for her unborn child. "If you kill him, you'll lose Danny's respect." This request emphasized Jason's main struggle, striking a balance between his need for vengeance and his responsibilities as a father figure. Danny's respect for Jason's self-control and his own brewing anger combined to produce a moving interplay that showed how trauma affects Port Charles households. The dilemma of Anna Devane, vigilante justice versus the law. Commissioner Anna Devane struggled to enforce the law as Jason struggled with his desires. Determined to exact revenge for Dex's death, Jocelyn Jacks was arrested for trespassing at Cyrus's apartment, a dangerous one-man operation that Anna denounced as potentially fatal. Martin Gray, Cyrus's brother, urged Anna to take Jason into custody for his threats in public, claiming that if she did not act, she would be complicit. The systematic conflict between justice and retaliation in Port Charles 36 was brought to light by Anna's attempt to negotiate legal procedures while showing empathy for the relatives of the victims. "This game could cost you your life," she warned Jocelyn, acted as a sobering warning of the perils of unbridled vendettas. Secondary plots, intimate relationships and persistent trauma. Beyond the main fight, Cyrus's actions had repercussions. At Bobby's, Dante Falconeri's remorseful laughter, his first since Sam's passing, was contrasted with Lulu Spencer's humorous antics during Jocelyn's absence, which briefly brought some lightness. With Lulu reminded Dante that Sam would want him to have joy once more, this moment powerfully demonstrated how sadness and normalcy coexist in Port Charles 1. In the meantime, Nina Reeves was on the verge of telling her daughter Willow about her affair with Drew Kane, a plotline that may have severely strained family ties. The interdependence of the town's inhabitants, who were all influenced by Cyrus's reign of terror, was highlighted by these parallel stories. The redemption of Cyrus and the threat of more violence. Cyrus's composed response to Jason's threat, "I'm choosing peace," further complicated his purported redemption arc. 15. Despite his public rejection of Martin's suggestion to file charges, viewers continued to doubt his sincerity because of his manipulative past. Cyrus's newfound pacifism raises many questions, especially in light of fan theories that suggest a possible whodunit murder mystery if Cyrus dies in the third act. In a moral appeal that might have hinted at Jason's internal conflict, characters such as Alexis Davis publicly acknowledged wanting Cyrus dead but pushed Jason to put Danny's recovery ahead of retaliation. After Drew's breakup, Willow's broken heart needs to be repaired. Watch who picks up the pieces. Let's discuss who will pick up the pieces after Drew Quartermain breaks Willow Corinthos' broken heart, which will need to be repaired shortly, according to General Hospital spoilers. The show is already building to Willow's inevitable destruction at the hands of Drew. The writers are positioning Willow for a major collapse the more she claims that Drew would never lie to her or hold secrets. Willow will be devastated when Drew is pushed off the pedestal since she has placed him on one that he doesn't deserve. Although Nina Reeves recently withdrew her confession to Willow about her hookups with Drew, she may eventually change her mind and tell the truth. In the end, though, it might be more probable that someone else will disseminate that shocking information. Willow will be humiliated and saddened no matter how she learns. Willow thinks she is the center of Drew's universe and has been praising him while out and about. That could be the case now, but it wasn't always that way because Willow wasn't in love with Drew when he was sleeping with Nina. Drew and Nina should have been forthright about that from the beginning, but they hid their participation and will be held accountable when their liaison is revealed. Willow's opinion of Drew may shift when she discovers that he has been concealing something significant. Willow's mother might become disgusted by Drew's sexual relations with her and realize what a slimeball he is. Naturally, Willow and Nina's relationship will suffer greatly as well. When Nina's deceit destroys Willow's mother-daughter bond, it will be even more devastating for her. What if Willow pushes Nina away and dumps Drew? When Willow's entire world collapses, who will support her? It would be wise for the show to capitalize on Harrison Chase and Willow's well-known relationship, as they have recently been getting back in touch. Willow might use Chase as a lifeline and end up falling in love with him once more. When the secret firstborn child of Brooklyn Quartermaine and Dante Falconeri is revealed, Chase's marriage will soon fall apart. The turmoil surrounding Giovanni Gio Palmieri's adoption will intensify, which may cause Chase and Brooklyn's relationship to deteriorate. Instead, Chase might focus entirely on Willow, particularly if the show decides to romantically reconcile them. Stay back for updates on all the messes to come, as our GH predictions suggest that a number of love stories in Port Charles are going to become complicated. According to General Hospital spoilers, Willow will eventually need a hero, and Chase might be the next one. When Willow discovers the truth, Drew's obsession becomes excessive. According to General Hospital spoilers, Drew Quartermaine has changed over the past few months. He has become much more menacing and has demonstrated via his acts that he is obsessive, especially when it comes to Willow Corinthos. When Willow specifically requested Drew not to avoid her because she didn't want to betray Michael, Drew kept looking for her. Willow left with her mother, Nina Reeves, and her kids after Michael Corinthos discovered that she and Drew had an affair, and Drew continued to text and call her. Remarkably, Willow didn't appear to be put off by Drew's constant attempts to get in touch with her. Willow will eventually reject Drew and break up with him after learning the truth about the real nature of their connection. Now, the question is whether Drew's obsession would intensify as a result of this rejection. Willow Corinthos won't be left alone by Drew Quartermaine. After losing Willow Corinthos, Drew's compulsive behavior worsens. When Willow begs him to keep away, Drew has demonstrated that he won't go away. It will get worse when he loses Willow. He will begin to follow her around, call her non-stop, and keep an eye on her at all times. Drew would constantly plead her to take her back and grovel for her forgiveness. Drew always being around Willow and in her face is the last thing she needs or wants, and it will only make things worse. The reluctance of Drew Quartermaine to lose Willow Corinthos. Willow Corinthos won't be allowed to leave because Drew will be irate and nasty. Drew will stop at nothing to win Willow back, even if it means causing trouble. Because of Drew's malicious actions, Willow will grow afraid and feel compelled to take action to defend herself. Willow Corinthos can find herself in a frightening and hopeless scenario if Drew keeps her against her will until she forgives him. Now that Drew has gone too far, Willow would be genuinely terrified. In self-defense, Willow will pursue him, and Drew may be fatally impacted. Now that Willow wants Drew out of her life, it's impossible to predict where his fixation will go.